Hello and welcome to another Bushwhacker review. Today we are going to be taking a look at Kyle Larson's Cars 3 Michigan win from 2017. As always, let's take a quick look at the box right here. Just got your generic race winner box, really nothing to see here. Monster Energy Cup Series, got the finish line, all the stuff you've seen before. Render the car right there, Michigan International Speedway winner, 2017 standard finish. Made a total of 853 of these things. Standard finish, Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. Got the schedule and everything on the back there. Here is the car itself, with that awesome Lightning McQueen paint scheme, or I mean the Target Lightning Bolt retro. This was definitely an interesting car to talk about, just for the fact that, yeah, it was a Cars 3 car. Because Mattel has the licensing for Cars 3, Lionel couldn't do a Cars 3 car, so they finally found a loophole around it, just make the car, but get rid of the Cars 3 logos. But somehow the paint scheme's okay, because, you know, it's pretty clearly the Lightning McQueen paint scheme right here. Let's get that Lightning McQueen Jade out here. It's that same lightning bolt with the flames and everything. Obviously, it's a little bit more oversized, I'll say, on the Larson car, where the kind of Lightning McQueen, it just starts around the number and kind of ends before the rear quarter panels, where this one, it continues the yellow around the entire quarter panels, which hard to even see in frame, but it is the old Lightning McQueen car. This was a handful of cars that ran with Cars 3 stuff this year. Chris Buescher ran one, Clint Boyer ran one, Bubba Wallace ran one. Definitely interesting. Obviously, they didn't make any of them because they can't put Cars 3 on Diecast, but this one was, everyone was so pissed off that they didn't offer this car for that people just demanded it, so finally they found a loophole around it. Which I find it funny that the Lightning Bolt Flame paint scheme thing isn't copyrighted, but the logo is. I mean, of course the logo is, but why isn't the paint scheme? I was half expecting this car to just be like pure red on the side, none of the Lightning McQueen car. Anyways, this comes with a few things, of course. You, of course, have your race Twitter card with the giant-ass blank black spot where Cars 3 would be. And, of course, you have a little bit of the information about the win on the back. And, of course, just come with your little bag of confetti. Which, if you know, David Land got this car, which kudos to him for finally getting a raced version, but he was talking about how this and they didn't smell like confetti or whatever. I'm 90% sure that they've said that this isn't actually confetti from Victory Lane. This is like the extra confetti at the track that they didn't actually fire off. Something like that. That's why it doesn't smell and it's not wet or anything. I don't know if they've changed that by now, but I remember Lionel talking about that at one point that said it was like the extra confetti that they ended up using or whatever that they used for the diecast. So, that's that. Why don't we get down to the car itself and do a quick 360 of this thing. But yeah, most people are enjoying this just for the fact that it is a Target car with a lightning bolt on the side. Kind of like the old classic lightning bolt Target cars from IndyCar and NASCAR. That's because they never really make any of them for some reason. They made the IndyCar Scott Dixon Greenlight IndyCar, but they never made like Larson's lightning bolt car from the Coca-Cola 600 a couple years ago, or Juan Pablo Montoya's car from like 2009 that he almost won with. Maybe would have gotten that car if he did win, I don't know. But definitely a nice paint scheme. But anyways, let's get down to sponsors. On the hood, you have the big Target bullseye. Got Chevrolet SS, number 42. Down the side, you got Kleenex Cottonelle. Got Credit One Bank. Got Banana Boat, Axe, and Crest. Got Sherwin-Williams. That K logo I can never pronounce. And Lincoln Welders down there. This does have a few interesting things with the contingencies. You see it actually has the Coors Light Pole winner logo, because you did get the pole for this race. Has the NASCAR Salutes logo on the A post. Source says Monster and all that, but it's kind of covered up by the confetti. On the B post, you have McDonald's, Cessna, Credit One Bank, and Freightliner. So you got your two winner stickers, which I know David Land asked about that in his review too. That is accurate. That happens all the time. What happens is it had one winner sticker from the Auto Club win, so that's on every car. But then for the Victory Lane ceremony, they put the one sticker on the left driver's side for the photos and all that. They only put it on the one side. So that's why every single race one has an asymmetrical amount of logos. That is accurate. Got a ton of sponsors back here. Got Belkin, Milkbone, GE LED, Tom's, Reese's, Scotch Brite or whatever, and Philips Sonicare. Now it's worth pointing out the logos. Obviously the big one was right there. Cottonelle was over here, and there was a big Cars 3 logo right there on the quarter panel, which I think David Land did point out in his review. But that wasn't the only Cars 3 logo. There was another one back here, right where that Target bullseye is. There was a little tiny Cars 3 logo right there. That one they just replaced with the Target logo. You got Energizer 42 Chevrolet SS on the back. Deck lid, of course, says Coca-Cola. And then you got the roof, where the other Cars 3 logo was. It was like that silver, just Cars 3 text said cars and then 3 next to it. And that one they replaced with more target bullseyes. Honestly, that's a pretty smart idea to do that. Like, actually replace the stuff so there's not just big blank spots there. So I give credit to Lionel for actually trying with that, because if anyone's mad at them for not putting the Cars 3 logos on the car, you're going to the wrong people. Go get mad at Mattel for having the licensing, or Disney themselves. Lionel did nothing wrong with that. So I think they did a really good job at trying to hide it. Like, if you don't actually look at a picture of this car, you're not really, you don't know exactly what this car was, you're not going to even know it's inaccurate. And that's kind of what inaccurate cars should be. The cars that aren't clearly, obviously, and blatantly inaccurate. But that's whatever. Let's take a look under the hood. See, it says Target and Wix filters. There's the engine detail if you want to see that. Take a look under the deck lid, which I should point out that yes, the spoiler's messed up on mine too. It's messed up on most of them. Got your typical fuel cell and such back there. The roof flaps do, of course, open. And there's the underside of the car if you want to see that. Kind of a shame it doesn't have a shredded tire, because you did do a burnout in Victory Lane. Would have been fun for a shredded tire diecast, but whatever. Anyways, let's get down to damage. The front is just pretty dirty. You see you got some tape, and it looks like a little bit of a mark on the bumper where he was probably pushing someone. Down the right side, you got a little bit of some marks and some dirt buildup behind the right front tire. Down the side, just usual stuff. A little bit of dirt, a little bit of grime, a little bit of tire rubber buildup. Got a little bit of a mark on the right rear. Don't know if he hit the wall or that was just from the, tire. But got a little bit of a mark right there. On the back, just again, kind of dirty and dusty, really nothing special. The left rear is a little bit marked up, probably from side drafting. For some reason, a lot of cars last year and the last couple years have a lot more marks right there. Don't know if it's from always side drafting or what, but it's kind of interesting how they always seem to have marks there. You see, got a little bit marks all the way around the left rear wheel well. Not sure if that was actually somebody hit him or that was just side drafting or whatever from the tire, but that was about it. Most of it's just dirt and grime. This really isn't the most raced version. It's obviously shit piled in confetti. Which, I'm kind of half and half on the confetti stuff there. Like, I like confetti on race twins, but I don't like too much confetti on race twins. This one's kind of a little bit too much. I like cars that have a little light sprinkling confetti just to be like, oh, it's a race for it and it's got some confetti. I don't mind that at all. But when there's so much confetti you can barely even look at the paint scheme, kind of works that these colors on the confetti is basically the same as the car's colors. You got the red, the yellow, the orange. Not sure if that was why that's like that, but, Here's a 1/64 scale from the Authentics line if you want to see that next to it. But it's just like, I don't mind confetti at all, but I definitely mind it when it's too much. I remember there's like cars over the years, like Keselowski's Red Zappa Talladega win. That one is so shit piled you can barely even look at the paint scheme. They literally took stuff off of it. Did I review that car? I should review that car. But a little bit of confetti I don't really mind. This one is definitely a little bit borderline overboard, but whatever. If you want this car, it is a little bit easy to get right now just because it's new. Obviously, it's easy to get. But I would not be surprised if this car gets rare down the road. I would definitely pay attention to this car. His first one got insanely rare now. And the fact this has the Cars 3 paint scheme, the Lightning Bolt, it's not one of the gradient cars they just fuck up. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets rare down the road. So, keep that in mind. But I think that's all to say. This has been a review of Kyle Larson's Cars 3 Target Michigan win. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.